Just for just joining me. I just was getting a cup of coffee and going through some weather information and noticed that there is currently a tornado warning in Virginia. So I'm going to bring up my GR2 analyst and look at that and see what's going on with that. So let's see if that's actually, hopefully that's showing. There we go. All right. So active warnings right now are we've got several severe thunderstorm warnings in North Carolina, flash flooding warning, and to be honest, I'm not exactly sure what this is. I'd have to look that up. But anyway, the most pertinent thing we have going on is this tornado warning just outside of Lynchburg. I'm going to see if I can. There's the warning. Maybe you can read that. Let's see. Okay, it looks like they did cancel it. Good news. Good news. We got in on the tail end of this thing. We'll go to the thunderstorm warnings for just a moment. So they did cancel it. Looks like the tornadic thunderstorm, which prompted the area, the warning has moved out of the area. So that's good. The warning has been canceled. So that's good news. So I got in the tail end of that, but that's all right. It's always good when they cancel one. Let's see. Yeah, see, it still shows it up, but I'm sure that will come out here. Next update is in 16 seconds. Now, the nice thing about sharing my entire screen with you is that you can actually see these, the actual text boxes when I bring them up and my warnings. Whereas if I just share the software, GR2 analyst, I noticed it doesn't show those. So I am sharing my entire screen right now. Let's look at this storm a little bit here. Looks like, let's look around here, different. Let's see what else we got going on. Take that down since they canceled that. That's good. So we got 1, 2, 3, 3 severe thunderstorm warnings here. Let me zoom to this one really quickly. It's loading up the data. There it is. All right. It's still got this highlighted here. It needs to update that because that will freak me out, man. Get the animation going. So on my left-hand side here, I'm running the base reflectivity, which is BR right here. And on the right-hand side, if you click on that, it's base velocity. Base velocity. Then you have a correlation coefficient, the CC, which basically shows is everything relatively the same size. So that's a very important mode to use when you're trying to look for hail and tornadic debris, because if you're looking at precipitation, especially rain, right, it's all generally the same size. But if you're looking at debris, you've got 2x4s flying around, you've got, roofing, shingles, cars, you got cows. Those things are not the same size, right? So it's correlating. The correlation coefficient, are they the same? Similar. Just for fun, they did go ahead and let that drop. That's good. Let's go down here and look at this. I'm going to zoom right in here. Now this one expires at 12:30 Zulu, 1230 Zulu. And if I right click, it brings up the data on that. So this one was issued at 7:34 Eastern Daylight Time. So maybe approximately 20 minutes ago. Actually, no, 15 minutes ago, approximately. Let's see. Severe thunderstorm warning for western Moore County in central North Carolina, Anson County in central North Carolina, in southeastern Montgomery County in central North Carolina, and western Richmond County in central North Carolina. Let's see. Until 8:30 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. I've got to remember I'm on Central here in Oklahoma, so it's an hour ahead of me. At 7:34, a severe thunderstorm was located 7 miles east of Ansonville, or 12 miles north of Wadesboro, moving northeast 45 miles per hour. It is 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail possible. Radar indicated at this time. And, of course, your typical stuff there. Hail damage to vehicles, roofing, etc. Make sure you take shelter. And there's a tornado watch in this area until 2 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time for central North Carolina. So looks like they're under the gun for a while. I'm trying to. I don't know why it's not giving me that option right now. Let me do this. All right. Sorry, my coffee's not kicked in yet. I just saw that warning. I thought, man, I'll go live really quick and cover that, but it did drop it, so that's good. A little late to the game, but that's okay too. Let's see here. Okay. Let me go over here and look, see, at the, let's see, Friday's weather. Yeah. Log into NWS chat this morning. All right, ladies and gentlemen, there you go. I don't want to, there it is. That's what I was looking for. I don't know why it was blocking me, but all right, there you go. Okay. There's now you're seeing my GR2 analyst up in the background. Now I'm running the software, the actual software overlay, and not the entire screen. So you're not able to see the little warning tab that was showing up earlier there. So let's look around here. Okay. They're saying they're letting it cancel, but it's still active. So let's go look at this thing a little bit better. Okay. They did go ahead and issue at 7:45, so 5 minutes ago. They do have a tornado warning. So let's go ahead and cover that real quick here and get that up there and get the animation going. All right. So 5 minutes ago at 7:45 Eastern Daylight Time, National Weather Service in Blacksburg, Virginia, has issued a tornado warning for northeastern Bedford County and south central Virginia, central Amherst County, and central Virginia. And this is active until 8:15. So approximately another 25 minutes. And at 7:45 Eastern Daylight Time, which is, 5 minutes ago, a thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was near Neola, or 7 miles east of Big Island, moving northeast at 35 miles per hour. Radar indicated rotation, flying debris possible. Take shelter. Locations impacted include Amherst, Forks of Buffalo, Clifford, Boonesboro, Pleasant View, Falconerville, sorry, and New Glasgow. It's always fun trying to read these towns when you don't know how to pronounce them correctly sometimes. But all right, let's just zoom right in here. Once again, this is a radar indicated at this time, so definitely take shelter. It's not confirmed or unconfirmed as the best I can see right here, but always take a tornado warning or any warning as if it's happening. Okay, so take shelter for sure. Okay, let's go ahead and see this. This distance is at 5,000 feet almost. So the height rather of the beam. So the highest or lowest rather that can see in the atmosphere there is 5,000 feet. So certainly, I hope they can get some spotters to confirm whether it's on the ground or not. Let's see if we can. Oh, did you hear my rooster? So that's the lowest tilt, 0.5. Okay. So what we're looking at here is the base velocity, which is showing the movement of wind or precipitation away or to the radar site. Okay. So green colors are moving toward and red colors are moving away. So when you put a green blob right next to a red blob, generally speaking, that would indicate an area of rotation. I'm looking to see if I can get some more data on this particular storm. So it looks like to me, if you're in the let's see, Nelson County, definitely take shelter. Looks like the Piney River and Massey's Mill and Arrington, Lovingston, Shipman, you guys are all, it's kind of heading up your way. So heads up on that tornado warning. Let me see. Yeah, kind of an early morning tornado, huh? Normally, at least where I'm from, you usually see these things in the afternoon and evening. So that's a heads up to you guys. A Friday morning, not really a surprise you want to find when you're getting ready to go to work or at work or whatever, But yeah, heads up. Like I said, heads up to the Nelson County, Lovingston, Massey's Mill, Piney River, Arrington, Shipman. Looks like you guys will be kind of the next. It looks like it's probably that area is bearing down just to the west of Amherst, Sweetbriar Station. It looks like it just passed over Big Island. Moving off to the northeast. Let's see who else is downwind here. They've issued a thunderstorm warning here. Let's go ahead and get the text on that ahead of it. So if you're looking at my screen, this area here is a severe thunderstorm warning. This red area here is a tornado warning. So they went ahead and issued a thunderstorm warning ahead of it. So let's go ahead and... All right, so let's read that. At 7:54, so 2 minutes ago, National Weather Service in Sterling, Virginia, has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for Nelson County in central Virginia, southwestern Albemarle, sorry if I mispronounced that, County in central Virginia, southeastern Augusta County in western Virginia, and the city of Waynesboro in western Virginia until 9 a.m. So let's see, it's going on 8 o'clock there, so another hour. At 7:53 Eastern Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm warning. Severe thunderstorm was located near Pleasant View, or 7 miles south of Forks of Buffalo. Let's see, moving northeast at 45 miles per hour. 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts, radar indicated at this time. And the impact will be damaging winds will cause some trees and large branches to fall. This could injure those outdoors as well as damage homes and vehicles. Roadways may be blocked by downed trees. Localized power outages are possible. Unsecured light objects will become projectiles. Locations impacted include Waynesboro, Stewart's Draft, Cremora, Sherando, Shipman, Schuler, Wintergreen, Afton, Fishersville, Lyndhurst, Nellysford, Arrington, Esmont, Lovingston, Piney River, North Garden, Conesville, Yancey, that's Yancey Mills, Tyro, and Jonesboro. And I'm sorry for mispronouncing probably at least half those names. Let's go ahead and reread the precautionary preparedness actions. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. Intense thunderstorm lines can produce brief tornadoes and widespread significant wind damage. Although a tornado is not immediately likely, it's best to move to an interior room on the lowest floor of the building. This storm may cause serious injury and significant property damage, and a tornado watch remains in effect until 2 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time for Central and Western Virginia. So there you go. Let's just go ahead and put this back in motion and track it here. So it does look like downstream, they're not issuing a tornado. I'm not making that statement for them. I'm just saying that what I'm seeing is a severe thunderstorm warning, and that's what they're rolling with. But I would certainly treat that like it said, like it could drop a tornado at any moment. Just because it's already had a tornado warning on it upstream, and it does appear to have a little bit of a hook echo here. So I would definitely, if you're downstream of that, there in those areas I just mentioned, definitely treat this like it could potentially drop a tornado at any moment. So that would be my suggestion. Certainly do what the National Weather Service tells you. Take all warnings seriously, especially to see. Yeah, see, it's Friday morning, right? So a lot of people are at work right now. Sorry, excuse me as I look at my Telegram here just a moment. I need a little background music or something, don't I? Dead air. That's never good in TV. Let's see what else we got going on here. So we got that tornado warning. And once again, that expires in 15 minutes at this point. So 8:15 Eastern time, your time in Virginia, 7:15 here in Oklahoma. No wonder I'm still not speaking correctly. It's only 7 o'clock here, and I haven't had all my coffee yet. And then, to the south, we've got another severe thunderstorm warning down here in Virginia and across the line into North Carolina. Be a heads up on that. It's got a little bow echo to it there, so little acceleration of wind right here. Where in the world is that radar site here? Let me see if I can find that radar site. FCX. Yep, that's it right there. Okay. I always like to know, and that's something that's very important to know when you're looking at this data. If you're a weather enthusiast and you want to look at radar data, you've got to know where your radar is that you're looking at, the radar site. because it's important to know how far away is it. When you're looking at velocities, you want to know where it is in reference so that you kind of don't confuse yourself with the motion that you're seeing, because it's easy to do. I'm definitely seeing a little higher return here on the velocities, so I would expect a little wind gust coming up through. Let's see, what is that? Pittsylvania. Sorry, and Chatham, uh, there in Virginia. So we got, looks like the Danville County and Danville, and then you've got North Carolina down here. So I'm seeing a little acceleration up here in this area of the radar. There you go. So I'd expect a little bit of a wind gust with that. Let's go ahead and read the data on this as well. If I can get her to come up. There it is. Sorry, I want to make sure I'm reading the right thing. This one expires in about 13 minutes now. Yeah. Excuse me. At 7:52 a.m., a severe thunderstorm was located over Dry Fork or near Blair's, moving northeast at 50 miles per hour. Hazard is 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts. It is radar indicated, and you can expect damage to roofs, sidings, and trees. Locations impacted are Danville, South Boston, Alta Vista, Yanceyville, Halifax, Hurt, and Chatham. This includes the following location: the Danville Airport, and it's Danville, Virginia. Let's see. And of course, it's just talking about the tornado watch that's remaining in effect. So those are the main ones I see right now. Certainly got a bow feature here to this. It's kind of accelerating out this area right here. See kind of how it looks like a bow. And I see an area of increased velocities right here. Return here on the screen. I'll zoom right in there. Dry Fork. Probably got some wind bearing down on you right now in Spring Garden. Pittsylvania. And this is one that is actually extending into North Carolina. We've got some stuff down here. Let's just see what the estimated tops are on this, just for fun. Looks like you got some tops up in the. So these, I mean, remember, this is early in the day, guys. This is kind of early in the day for these kind of severe thunderstorms. I mean, not that we don't get them, but it's a little earlier. And we got some tops here up in the 40,000 foot range. I'm not seeing anything taller than that. Now, these are just estimated. I'm going to keep tracking this tornado warning up here until it drops. If they don't reissue something more downstream here or reissue this, I'll probably get off here and stop covering this stuff. But I'm just going to go ahead and continue watching this tornado warning. Let's go ahead and bring up the closest. I'm going to zoom right in on that one. Just bringing up the data. Excuse me. All right. Once they let this drop, if they do, then I'll get on out of here and stop bugging you. Let me bring up the velocities here. Another update here on my GR2 analyst coming up here in about 17 seconds. Oops, don't want that on there. see. Sorry, don't like that dead air, but I'm also, when you're doing a live stream, I don't really care to um, just tell you things that are not accurate. So I hear a lot of people talking about the weather that are being inaccurate, and I don't want to make any mistakes and give anybody the wrong impression of anything. So I'm just making sure I check my information before I say it. But like I said, normally I have NWS chat, but I don't have this Virginia chat. I need to probably add that when I'm going to do a live stream. I need to try to find that chat and see if I can add it to follow along. But without NWS chat, I feel a little bit blind. Okay, so we're looking at almost 7,000 feet in the atmosphere here. Is the lowest beam here. If you look at the bottom of my screen right here, the bottom of the software, it's going to show you the bearing from the radar. So 62.7, so almost 063 degrees and 45 miles. Okay, that's what that means. So bearing, right? So a radial heading, and then you've got the distance, right? And then you're going to have the movement, and then you're going to have the as far as speed, and then you're going to have the lowest level, or what level it's looking at in the height above the ground. So is that right here in this area that we're looking? It's 6,500 feet approximately from the radar. I'm sorry, from the ground is where it's seeing. Definitely a broad area of rotation. We've got about 7 more minutes before they drop that, so we're just going to track that until they end, and then we'll see what they do with it. It seems just my own just my own opinion. I am not the NWS, but it is a more broad rotation. Except I am seeing a little bit right here that would be something I'm watching. Sometimes the leading edge of these squall lines or line of thunderstorms, you can get little spool ups that can do brief tornadoes. So I definitely, personally, there again, I am not giving you any meteorological advice. I'm just telling you my opinion would be as a storm spotter and weather enthusiast. I'm going to be watching this area right here. Back in here is a little more broad. For my opinion, it's on the wrong spot. I wouldn't expect it there, but that, there again, this is just my opinion. But I'd be watching right in here, this little slot right here. See how you've got a little bit of a coupling, right? I'd be watching that for a spool up of some sort. Let's see if I can. Yeah, it's kind of hard to see there any correlation right on the edge of that, but not seeing anything that pops right out at me. I'm going to leave it on the leading edge. Has got a little rotation there to it. I would watch that. That would be the area that, with my very amateur experience, been storm chasing quite a while, but I'm not a meteorologist and I don't claim to be. I'm just watching this stuff, like sitting around like you would be. And I'm making commentary based upon what I see and what I think. I could be completely wrong, but this is where I'd be watching. Coming up toward the Piney River here. To the best of my knowledge at this time, it is still a radar indicated tornado. I actually have a setting in my GR2 analyst that will show me if a tornado is confirmed, it will turn purple. So, to the best of my knowledge, this is still just a radar indicated. It's not confirmed. The best of my information I have. Always go with what NWS tells you, and always keep a NWS all hazards radio with you. Of course, if you're out and about working, a lot of people have apps nowadays, right? So make sure if you don't have an app, I can just make a suggestion of what I use. Storm Shield is a really good app, in my opinion, for getting warnings. Um, and then for when I'm looking at radar data, sorry, my friend Joe KF5S, he just came in and chimed at me, said he's watching now too. So what I personally use when I'm out and about for radar is I use the professional version of Radar Scope. Now I am a storm spotter, and we're very active in disseminating watches and warnings. So I'm paying attention to the weather all the time. Plus, I'm a pilot, so I'm always looking at data. So I get the I think it's $10 a month. I think there is a free version, but for what I do, I like the $10 a month version of Radar Scope. Radar Scope is the app, and that's what I use personally for looking at radar data when I'm out and about. And when I'm at home, I'm using the GR2 analyst, which is what I'm at now. But I'll tell you what, Radar Scope does a really good job, and it's really easy and quick to jump on there and look at. So this area right here, right? It's a little darker red, so it's got a little bit of an increased reflectivity here. Or sorry, velocity here. And as I'm looking at my my legend over here, right? You would look at that. That's got a little acceleration to it. So here would be the green colors. Remember, green is going towards it. I actually heard a gentleman who was doing a radar tutorial, and he said that really it's really nerdy, but it works to remember. And by the way, we've got 2 minutes left on this warning. We'll see what they're going to do with it. But what he said to remember on the velocities is that the radar is lonely, and he says he likes it when the precipitation is coming to visit him, coming at him. So he gives it a thumbs up, and it's green. And so greens are when there's precipitation moving toward the radar. And he says he gets kind of sad and grumpy. He's kind of lonely when it's going away from him. And so he gives it a red or thumbs down. So that's how he remembers it. It works for me. I've now remembered it. It's kind of nerdy, but it works. So greens are toward the radar, reds are away. And then purples just mean that the radar is the radar. It's not sure. The software, not sure which way it's going. It's in the I don't know. All right, 1 minute left. We'll see if this drops off my screen. They have definitely kind of tightened it down there as it moves forward. I don't know if they're going to drop that or not. I guess we'll just wait and see. Joe just said, he said green is going away, red is running toward the radar. Oh, okay, so you've got it set, your custom. Yeah, he's got his set custom, but I think the standard. Interesting. All right, I'm gonna have to double check my double checking there. Let's see if they're gonna let that drop. And there it went. Yep, they let her drop. So I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here and let you guys alone this morning. But yeah, like I said, there might be some squall line winds, typical stuff, but certainly keep your heads up today. It looks like you guys are if you're in Virginia, you're under a watch until 2:00 this afternoon, your time. And so be weather aware today. And like I said, if you don't have a good app, I suggest for warnings, Storm Shield is very good. There are others out there. So maybe you can put in the comments box later what you guys like to use. Maybe there's something even better than that. Radar Scope is what I use personally. There's my radar that's good too, as far as looking at. Let's just do a quick. Yeah, let me see if I can get this to come up over here. Of course, it's going to be difficult today. All right, there we go. So I don't know if you can see that or not on the screen, but there's just a little shot of what it looks like. Let me see here. Am I holding it up there? Yeah. Guess that's not very helpful actually on a small screen. Anyway, you guys have a great day. Let me stop sharing this. Yeah. So anyway, you guys have a great day. There's what it looks like. I guess it's getting a lot of reflection from my screen there, but always fun to try to figure out these live streams. There you go. All right, you guys have a great day. We'll see you later. I'm going to get out of here and drink about 2 more cups of coffee so I can be awake. See you later. Have a great day and stay weather aware out there on the